Well, I don't know if that got your attention, but I tell you what, it sure as hell got mine. And it was only 6 years ago that I was struggling under the news that I had base of the tongue cancer, and one of these great challenges in life that either set to kill you or, if you're lucky enough to survive, make you a bit stronger. And so I've managed to, very fortunately, with a great team around me and a lot of help and love, pull myself happily through cancer. I need to find out basically to the month that, well, it looks like I've got early onset of dementia. And in this case, it's around Alzheimer's, and it would appear to be, my mother had some form of cognitive decline, and so mine may be hereditary, but also I have chronic heavy metal poisoning, so I've got things like mercury and cadmium and lead and arsenic in my system, and so they happily grab themselves onto the brain and sit there. So I thought, well, rather than just do this quietly and just be like a lot of other people who are fortunate to have come through things and then pop up and write a book about it or something like that, I always look at that and I go, well, you know what, that's really nice, but I kind of would have liked to have been there for the adventure because, things don't always work out. You try things, they don't work. You don't tend to talk about those. You kind of talk about all the good stuff that did work. And I thought it'd be a bit more honest and maybe a bit more helpful to other people who may find themselves in this situation, may have a partner or a relative or a friend who's in this situation. And I thought, well, warts and all, why not take everybody along for the journey? So I've decided to call it my dementia adventure. And so what I thought, with your permission, is that I'd take you along with all the things that I'm doing, with the people that I've got surrounding me, that I'm putting together now, on this adventure to cure myself of dementia. Now, I realize that up till a year ago or so, talking about curing yourself of dementia was kind of looked upon as like, yeah, that's never going to happen. But a lot of things have changed in the last year or so. And so I thought that I would try a number of different avenues, if you like, to take on this disease. And it's not unknown. It's a very well-known disease. It's just that up till now, people have been fixated on designing a golden bullet in which you just simply take and it goes away. Whereas people like Dr. Brisden and things like that are saying it's a lot more complex than that, and you're going to need to attack it from a number of different areas. So I'm very fortunate that my doctor is very au fait on removal of toxins and heavy metals from the body. And even more fortunate for me is that she's just taken on another doctor in her practice who's come out of the States, who is a doctor who has done a huge amount of study and has a lot of experience around diet and how diet can cure disease. And so that's two of the people already that I need to get onto this. And already we're starting out a program in order for me to be able to manage this journey, if you like, with some expert help. And it's not saying everything's going to go well or everything's going to work. And there will be a number of things that I try that may not actually work for me. They may be, they may not work at all. So, but I think the idea here is that I'm doing this in a completely holistic way. I'm not looking to take on some, golden bullet from some medical company. I am looking to cure this disease through a series of different interventions. And fortunately, as I'm a hypnotherapist, then obviously for me, I have the ability to, rebuild neural pathways quite simply and, bring back memories and things, which I've been doing. In fact, the very reason that I decided that actually I might have some sort of cognitive decline was the fact that on our property we have lots of trees, and a couple of those trees are willows and poplars. Now, I'm saying it now, willows and poplars, right? But for a year, I couldn't think. I could not think of those words. I'd look at those trees I wouldn't know what the word was. I mean, this is not like, oh, you tell me the word. Well, if you did tell me the word, 3 minutes later, I would have forgotten it again. There's actually a hole where that word sits. And I tell you, it's a weird thing, but it's, on the tip of your tongue. Okay. So that's how it is. You look at it, you kind of know what it is. In fact, if I close my eyes, I could describe the trees in detail to you, but I couldn't think of what they were called. And so it would appear this is quite a common thing in heavy metal poisoning Alzheimer's. And so words tend to be the things that go. Now, there are other things too. So I've been very dyslexic throughout my life. It's got a little bit better now, but, that's once again through practice and work and things like that. And also, anybody who knows me will know that I'm fairly ADHD. I'm 65 years of age and, so what? But I'm thinking that the ADHD and the dyslexia has enabled me to think and behave differently to most people. So I've never been backward thinking. I catch up with friends and they go, oh, I remember the time we did this and that. Well, actually, no, I don't remember. In fact, I really have very little memory of my whole life. The only things that really stick out are the events that near-death experiences, outrageous evenings with the band playing rock and roll, moments of love and intimacy that have, made a big difference in my life. So those things obviously are big and they loom large in my memory. But as for the rest of it, most of it's gone. I've never really been interested. So I've been wondering, so is it my behavior? Is it the way that I've always looked at my life? And when I say that I never had a good memory, I used to get on stage and sometimes that guitarist would start playing a song and I go, how does it start? And he'd have to tell me the words. I go, oh yeah, right. And then I'd be away. And so, thinking back, I've struggled with a good memory for a long time. And so I'm kind of curious as where is the tipping point between just laughing to yourself and going, oh, yeah, well, I've forgotten where I put my keys or my phone, or walking out the shop and leaving your phone on the desk or by the till, or being really stressed at work, having 1,000 things on your mind, or having something, some serious incident in your life that's affecting you because it's taking up all your mental space just dealing with that. Well, you would accept that, hey, that's all right, But where is that fine line where it's going, it's not because I'm stressed. It's not because I've got a lot on my mind. It's actually because I can't remember. And so I thought I'd take you on a journey, and that journey will be basically a step-by-step introduction to what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, how I'm doing it, and what the results are for me. Now, I realize this is only about me, and please, this is not in any way saying if you do this, you will have the same results, but at least it starts a conversation. And I'll be building a website called mydementiaadventure.com, and I'll be putting my details there. And so please, you can feel free to email me when they get up, or you can actually just grab me through LinkedIn if you want to discuss this more. So thanks for your time, and I'll be talking very soon. Take care.